Hey guys, it's Haley. I told you guys I was going to do a video about my husband and I's journey with trying to conceive and using Clomid and our experience with everything. So I'm going to go ahead and do that video today. Even though I'm not currently taking Clomid, I thought that it would be a good video to make just in case if anyone out there is curious about trying Clomid or think they might need to use it or they're nervous about starting their Clomid. So, but once again, I'm not currently on Clomid because I am pregnant. But I just want to give you guys our story. So, my husband and I started trying to conceive for our baby number 2. And we realized we were having a hard time with it, so I went to the doctor, and he found out that with blood work that I was hypothyroid. So he put me on some medication to get my levels regular for a level of trying to conceive and becoming pregnant, and the healthy levels for a pregnancy. So once he got that under control, I was still not ovulating on my own. I was getting my period every 65 days. It wasn't on a schedule. It would come whenever. So it was really difficult to try and pinpoint when we could start trying for a baby because we weren't having a chance every single month. It was more like every 2 to 3 months, and I was taking the ovulation test, but I still wasn't ovulating. So we decided that we were gonna start with some medications, and the first one was the first one he wanted to put me on was to force me to start my periods, and that one was called Provera. And I took 10 milligrams, and the way that I took it, my doctor recommended for me taking it, was I would take one tablet once a day every day until my cycle would start. So roughly I would probably take it for like 6 days, 8 days, and then my period would start. And then as soon as I started my cycle, I would discontinue taking it. And then the other medication that he put me on at the same time as that was Clomid. And Clomid is the medication that induces ovulation because I wasn't ovulating, so we needed some help with that as well. So he put me on to start with 50 milligrams of Clomid. And the way he put me on it was I take one 50 milligram tablet by mouth once daily starting on day 3 of my cycle. So day 1 would be the first day I started bleeding, and then day 3 would be the 3rd day after that. So I would start on day 3 and I would take it for 5 consecutive days. So my last day of taking it would be cycle day 7. And then I would start testing around cycle day 10 for ovulation. And I would just continue to do testing until we got the positive ovulation, and then we would baby dance. And I still wasn't getting positive ovulations. I was getting, a dark line where it was like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to have a positive ovulation. But then it would start fading back out. So I was getting really frustrated with that. But then I figured, well, I wasn't testing for ovulation twice a day. So I was thinking maybe it was just because of that, and I was like missing it, and I just ovulated like later in the day. So we did 3 cycles of Clomid 50 milligram. And we did that for 3 consecutive months. And Clomid, I read a lot about Clomid because I was a little nervous on trying it just because all of the symptoms that I read about, and I watched some YouTube videos, and everyone just seemed like it was crazy. It was going to make you crazy. You were going to have to be at home for those 5 days you were on it, and you were just going to be completely miserable. But I didn't think it was bad. I definitely got headaches, but I just drank a lot of water, and they were manageable. I definitely had a headache, but they were manageable, and I didn't think that I had any mood swings. I don't know, my husband might say otherwise, but I don't think that my mood was any more crazy than normal. I'm a little crazy to begin with, but I didn't think it was any crazier than normal. So that was news to me the first time I took it. I was like, oh, okay, well, this is okay. I can do this. And so we did 3 months of that. So we did 3 different rounds of using Clomid. And then I was done. I was done taking it. I was over it. I didn't think that it was working. I was kind of losing hope with it. So we took off 1 month of using Clomid, and I just focused on eating better. We were working out a little bit more than normal because I knew that, that could also have something to do with it. And then my other thing is I normally have low iron. And so I just made sure I took my iron supplements, and I was taking prenatal vitamins at the time, and I just focused on all of that instead of just trying some medication to get it because the medication wasn't working. And then I contacted my doctor, and I was like, I really want to continue trying, but I don't feel like the Clomid's working. So the next medication that we were going to try was Femera. And he put the prescription in and everything, but the pharmacy wasn't going to get the prescription in time for my cycle days. So he said, I'll continue to put the prescription in. We'll try the next month with Femera, but why don't we just try 1 more month with Clomid, and we'll just increase your dose. And we'll monitor this cycle a lot more closely than we did with the last 3. So he ended up putting me on Clomid 150 milligram once a day by mouth, and I would take it again on cycle day 3 through 7, so 5 consecutive days. And it seemed the same as 50 milligram. I didn't notice a difference. I just took 3 pills of the 350 milligrams, or I took 3 50 milligram pills by mouth once a day, and the side effects were the same. I had headaches. I just drank water. They were nothing more than, you can handle. And so I was kind of not really thinking that it was going to do anything this month. I didn't really have hope for this month. So I think I was a little bit more relaxed while taking it this month, because I was like, oh, okay, well, it's not going to work, but we're going to try Femera next month. And I read a lot of good things about Femera. And I just figured my body didn't react with Clomid that well, so I figured Femera was going to do it. So I didn't really have too much stress on this month. So we did the 150 Clomid. I kept testing for ovulation. I even went in and did an ultrasound to check my follicle size, and can't remember what day that was on. I think it was like around cycle day 14 or 15. I went in and they checked my follicles, and they said that I had 1 really good size one, and then like 3 that were just a little bit smaller than the good size one. So he was really hopeful about this month, and he thought that I was going to ovulate in the next 3 days. So I went home. I continued to do my ovulation tests, and a week had gone by and I still hadn't ovulated. Or it was like 5 days had gone by and I still hadn't ovulated. And then I got a positive ovulation test about 6 or 7 days after the fact that he thought I was going to ovulate. And I was so excited. My husband and I baby danced, and the way we did it was, everyone says that it's best to do it every other day, but we just did it every day just to make sure, because we thought, why not? Like, I read the pros and cons about trying every other day, but I just wanted to make sure one was there. So we did it every day. And then I went in a couple days later for blood work just to check to see if I did ovulate, and my blood work confirmed my ovulation. So that was super exciting. So that was the first time that I actually got like a positive ovulation test. And then I did the 2-week wait, and I took a dollar store test, and I had a faint positive. I was so thrilled when I got that faint positive. So of course I got a more expensive pregnancy test, and I used that, and then it came up even darker. So I called my doctor immediately, and he said, okay, well, we'll have you come in on Monday, because it was the weekend, and we'll go from there. And so, like the way that our hospital does it is just because you have a positive urination, so you have to go in and take another urine pregnancy test, and then they'll do blood work. So it's not, they don't consider your home pregnancy test to count. So I ended up going in just to the lab and just doing a pregnancy test, and then it took a couple days for them to call me back and say, yeah, it's positive, let's set you up with your appointments and everything. So that was super exciting. So I wanted to go over what I think maybe what we did differently that month compared to other months, and maybe why we tried. The one thing that we did differently that month was, before I started my cycle, I tried pomegranate juice, and I did some reading up on it, and it just had really good, everyone was saying about it, it helps your uterus a lot. And so I was saying, why not? Let's try it. Everyone said that it's something to just try when you're trying to conceive and it's not happening. So I went to the store. I ended up finding it at Target. I wasn't expecting that. I thought I'd have to go to like a local Whole Foods market, because they wanted you to use the organic pure pomegranate juice, not like a concentrated with added sugars and stuff. They wanted pure organic pomegranate juice, and it came in a glass bottle. I'll try and see if I can find a photo of it, of the brand that I used, and I'll insert it here if I. It was in a glass bottle, and it was just pure organic pomegranate juice, and I drank that while I was on my period, while I was having my cycle. So that whole time I was just drinking it. I just drink it. I'd put it in my smoothies as a juice, and I drink it that way. It didn't taste bad to me, so I didn't really notice anything. I only ended up buying one bottle of it, and I just drank that, and then I just said, okay, we'll see how this month goes. And then the other thing that we did is Clomid tended to, sometimes it's a side effect for Clomid that you don't have the fertile CM, and I didn't have any. I didn't have any. So something that my husband and I did do, and we did the other cycles, but I don't feel like we did it as as much as we did this cycle, the cycle that we ended up getting pregnant, was we used pre-seed. And pre-seed is just it's a different form of a natural fertile CM. So we just used that, and it was safe for pregnancy. And we used that month. So that could have been it. And the other thing was I was taking my prenatals and my iron supplements. So the only really thing that we did different was we were very we used the pre-seed, like I said, and then the pomegranate juice, the organic pure pomegranate juice. And then, of course, they changed my dose from 150 milligrams of Clomid instead of just 50 milligrams. So that could have been it too. But I don't know. I think the other thing is that I wasn't stressed out, because I didn't think it was going to work. So I didn't have any stress on it. I was like, okay, well, next month we're going to try Femera. So, if it doesn't happen, we'll just do that next month. So I think it was because I wasn't stressing out so much. And I know it's hard not to stress out. How do you not stress out when this is such a stressful thing? Like when you're not getting pregnant and you really want to get pregnant. And so I think that was it as well. So I just want people to know that Clomid side effects, some people have really bad side effects with Clomid. And I'm not saying that you won't have any, but I didn't think it was that bad. I just kept thinking, well, this medicine is potentially going to get me that baby. So why not try it? Why not? We did it, and I didn't think the side effects were all that bad. So if you're kind of scared about trying it, I would just try it. And who knows, maybe if it is really bad for you, Sorry, that was my phone. If it is really bad for you, then just try for 1 cycle and then stop. You don't have to stay with it. So yeah, I think that if you really think that you're trying and it's not working, maybe talk to your doctor, and maybe, who knows, maybe you aren't ovulating. So I recommend doing the ovulation tests, because just finding the ovulation app saying, oh, the average ovulation is during this time frame, that's not always accurate. I was ovulating, at least based off the last one that we did, I ovulated really late in my cycle, where my doctor was super surprised that I had even ovulated that late. So who knows, you may not be in the normal range. So why not? I use the Target brand ovulation tests, and I liked them. I thought they worked well and they were easy to use, and so I really recommend the Target, and then again the Pre-Seed, and then the pure pomegranate juice. So, all right, well, that's our Clomid story and our trying to conceive. So if you have any questions, just leave comments down below and I'll answer as much as I can. But once again, I'm not a doctor with any of this, so this is just our experience with using Clomid and other medications. But I hope you guys who are trying to conceive soon, and congratulations to those of you who have conceived. All right, bye.